Good afternoon. Welcome to today's podcast. The discussion today in special education is going to be in reference to the IDEA Act of 2004. We're going to discuss how it relates to a free, appropriate public education. We're also going to do a little touching on the IDEA Act itself and the history. And then finally, we're going to discuss how you as a parent can go about getting your child tested to see if you qualify or your family qualifies for aid from the federal government under the IDEA Act. A little bit about the history. In 1975, Congress passed an act, the Education for All Handicapped Children's Act, EHA for short. It was meant to support states in protecting the rights and meeting the needs, improving the results, welfare of infants, toddlers, children, and youth with disabilities and their families. So really, not just the children, but also aiding the families. It was reauthorized again in 1990, when it was called the IDEA Act. And then again in 2004. It once again was reauthorized. Before the act, the EHA, you also have the Free and Appropriate Public Education, FAP for short. This is a statute that ensures all children with disabilities can receive a free and appropriate education in the public school systems. Now you might ask, the IDEA Act, how does this help me and my child? Well, we've seen really the federal government didn't step in to help these children until 1975. So we've only got 50 years worth of public federal interjection into helping these children. Before that, the children were pretty much ignored. And now there's over 8 million children that are being helped that qualify under the disabilities. So, the IDEA Act, how does it help you? Well, it gives you rights as a parent. You can request through your school to have your child tested. It gives the state funds to do this. You only have to get with your child's teacher in the administration and ask them what needs to be done to do this. I can tell you one of the first steps they're going to tell you is that you have to submit in writing a request. Now, there are programs out there. You can just Google, Google assistance with IDEA or assistance with IEP. The IEP is what comes after your child has been tested and it shows that you qualify or your child qualifies under the disabilities. Now, once your child qualifies and you get the information in writing and get the request in writing to your school, they'll be tested. Once the testing is done, the results will come back, and the school, you'll get with the school and you will set up a meeting to discuss. Now, you heard me mention IEP. An IEP is an individualized education plan, and you will set this up with other people from the school that you bring in, counselors, teachers. This only happens though once you have qualified for the program. And on our next podcast, we will cover all of the things you need for your IEP meeting. Now, if you'd like to find out some more information, you can go and look up https://sites.ed.gov/IDEA. And you can find a history of the IDEA program. And if you want to find out anything about the IDEA Act, you can do a search through your state or through the federal government. Statutories and regulations for the IDEA Act. And then advocacy strategies that we'll cover a little bit more of for your IEP. Type in strategies, advocacy strategies for parents for an IEP meeting, and you can get the information you need. But if you wait, we'll cover that all in our next meeting. Until then, have a good day.